Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm pleased to see you all here today. First of all, I'd like to thank to Lusa's hard work and well-organized this event. I will talk on how to prevent COVID-19 syndromes and how to treat it by Chinese medicine and together with the dietary advice and lifestyle, and how can we, according to Chinese medicine, in which way is best ways to deal with it for the situation here in the UK and in the Europe. So the first part, I would like to talk on prevention based on Chinese medicine. Firstly, we need to understand the characteristics of COVID-19. What it is this coronavirus. The new coronavirus is transmitted through the respiratory tract from the nose and mouth. As we all know, this disease is located in the lung. Is in the lung, but it's very closely related to the all organs. It's related to the function and the strength of the liver, spleen, heart, and kidney, and all other organs in our body. So therefore, it is very important to have a health institution. And through this pandemic, we should all care more about our health to make our body stronger to fight the external virus and protect our health. So next, we need to understand the effects of COVID-19 on all age groups. How is it different? Affect different age groups. By the Chinese medicine understanding is that we know that the COVID-19 is less affected in the children who are under 12 years old. Because the children's physiological characteristic for the young. In Chinese medicine, we talk the health all about yin and yang balance. For the kids, yin and yang, they are still weak. There are lots to grow. So for the body of pure young, because they keep growing, the young growing, there's lots of energy go upwards. Usually they are warmer, the adults, and the blood circulation is flowing faster. Children in the material basis and the physiology function are very, very young, and there's a lot of room for them to develop and grow. So need to continue to grow and develop to enrich and improve. So therefore, through this growing process of the rapid, the energy grows and development. So by Chinese medicine, understand is young in the body is all upwards, the energy grows. So it is very powerful qi, the energy to get rid of the virus. So for example, if there's a virus in the air, so there's one child and one adult, so the child might, by the energy growing, so they can hit away, shift the virus. So the viruses have less chance to invite the young kids. So it is a factor of all age groups, but adults is normally, so it's less, if the virus infected to the adults, usually it's suffering from mild symptoms, because the adults, the body is more mature and the qi and energy is more sufficient. So although there is not as pure yang on the body that can be disposed to wind and cold externally. But if they are infected by virus, the body still has strength to ability to resist it. Just that is constantly our body's energy and external virus to fight. If our body is strong, we can fight over the virus. If we have a weaker body constitution, then more easily invited by COVID-19 virus, and we get more severe symptoms. So the coronavirus is more can hit the people over 70s, because if it's elderly people suffering from the virus infection, they can get more serious symptoms, because in terms of TCM, the series says that the older people, usually they are deficient of kidney and the liver, and weakness of the qi and the blood. And so therefore the deficiency of the lung and the spleen. So there's not enough energy in the organ to fight. Normally they have weak yang qi, weaker. So therefore once they got invited by the virus, it is more easy to turn to severe cases. So especially to those who already have potential diseases, such as if they have already have diabetes or hypertension or depression and chronic fatigue. In that case, this group of people is more easily invited by COVID virus, or if they get it, they get more severe. They find it very hard to get over it. So the virus stay in the body, just become very stubborn, and resulting in a lot more severe post-virus syndromes. So how can we make our body stronger? So because it's not saying which products or which Chinese herb medicine can make our body stronger to fight with the virus, but it's hard to say, because Chinese medicine will look each person as an individual. So therefore, everyone, they have constitutions not the same, just like all the leaves on the tree, they are similar but not exactly same. So there are some people have that similar body constitution, but some people will have different areas. So therefore, when we have to see each person, see what's the different. So why that is different. First, this is not only they are born with their different body constitution, but it is also depends on their the way the lifestyle, the way they are living, what they are eating, what's the diet, and what's the work environment and the social environment as well, and depends where do they live, the climates, everything. We put everything into one plate, and we make analysis and decide which body constitution system is this person is. Following that, then we can choose most suitable formula for this group of body constitution to build up the body strength. In Chinese medicine, we call it the qi, but in the modern medicine, we call it immune system. We need to build up our immune system, yeah? Therefore, so when we are in the prevention of COVID-19, so we need to make the adjusting, yeah? So each one, how can we make the decision? Normally, through the past 6 months, I have been busy than ever, so always work on the phone. If people get inquiry, we need to see their tongue picture. Although we need to feel the pulse and make more diagnosis, but tongue diagnosis is very important. So thanks to the modern technique nowadays, we have this, have the phone. We can, no matter where the patient live, so we can, through the phone, we can see their tongue picture. And then from tongue picture, we can make the differentiation. So whether you're a hot body constitution or a cold body constitution. And if you're hot, we choose cooling therapy formula. If you're hot syndrome, we'll choose cooling formula to help your body back to a balance, to make the immune system stay strong. The disease of the new coronavirus infection is, we know it's located in the lung, but so everyone knows now we have to wear mask and to protect this virus get infected through the nose and the mouth. But furthermore, we need to understand by the theory of Chinese medicine, internal organs, they are connected to each other. So, for example, lung and the large intestine are connected by channels internally and externally. So therefore, if lung have the virus infection, so they will pass to the large intestine. This store also could be a route of the transmission. So I have noticed that lots of people during the pandemic have irritable bowel syndrome, like diarrhea or constipations, especially when the people have high temperature. And so we saw this is heat in the lung, but at the same time, they suffer from constipation. So if we purge the bowels to make the large intestine it's empty and clean and detoxified, then they help the lung to get rid of virus and high temperature easy and quicker. So, and another reason is why the coronavirus spread so quickly. So is that people might also not be infected, even if there's no close contact between the each other, and then they still can get the virus. Because another understanding is in Chinese medicine, the lung function, lung qi is controlling qi breathing in and out, and also controlling the pulse on the skin, the pulse. So by the breathing in, the pulse close, breathing out, the pulse opening. So therefore, by the breathing in and out, our skin also can open and close for the, there's another route for the virus to pass to everyone. So how can we keep this pulse? We cause on the skin this defensing, like defending our body's immune system. That all depends how strong your lung is. So therefore, if we strengthen our lung function and then can strengthen our defensing qi to keep the pulse on the skin close and opening in normal order. Imagine, just like in our house, we need to make sure the house secure. First of all, we have to make sure the windows and doors are very safe, they're locked well. But if you only keep locking the windows and doors, also it's not good air, good energy. You need to be able to easily open windows and doors and closing it. So keep doing it, and then to make it get its own strength. So when you need closed, you close. We need open. So our pulse is the same. Therefore, to constantly strengthen our lungs function, therefore to support our immune system. So this is that we have lots of Chinese medicine can strengthen that, to strengthen lung, to help it to get rid of this externally virus infected to us. And what is the virus concept of Chinese medicine is, and we all agreed through that past more than 6 months now, we have been, although we are locked down at our own place, our home and office, but we have the chance to meet, like tonight. We'll be meeting internationally, have lots of, we all have many times a month, sometimes 2-3 times a week. We have discussion and exchange the knowledge and experiences through the worldwide TCM expert, and lots of them from Wuhan hospitals, and or they've been to there to fight the virus. So we all get agreed that is a virus in terms of Chinese medicine is wind dump toxic, evil, wind and dump. So especially in the Wuhan, it's definitely the dump. The wind carry the dampness to invade our body, and it means in the dampness that contains a virus. So therefore, the main symptoms, they can feel shivering and high temperature, tight chest and cough. So we understand that. So therefore, according to the cause and the pathogenic of this COVID-19 infection, so at early March, in the April and early March, I couldn't sleep overnight. I've been thinking according to TCM theory, and I set up the prevention plan, and I made this group of prescription to help different type of body constitution, because I was really lucky. Think back, I have done my Chinese Herbal prescription master degree at Beijing University of Chinese Medicine, and followed by one of the most famous Chinese medicine doctor, Professor Min Wang. He was the 19th family generation of Chinese medicine doctor. Although I'm not his family, I'm 20th generation to pass his knowledge. And his grandfather was a Chinese medicine doctor for emperors in the Qing dynasty. Okay, so I made a different prescription. The first prescription, I listed this or the name here. If we are not Chinese medicine practitioners, maybe hard to understand what is what. But I wrote both in Chinese pinyin and their English or pharmaceutical names. So just as a reference, you can read it afterwards. So I'm not just go through in details. The main ingredients are fang feng, banangen, and sangye, pipaye, and these sort of things. And this prescription is mainly to strengthen the spleen and spleen qi and soothing the liver qi and help the lung to dispose the external wind and cold. Why we need to soothe it and relax the liver? Because under the pandemic, this situation, a lot of people are stressed and worried. So we need to look after liver, make our liver function happy, then can support the lung working better, to breathe in and out to get rid of this virus. So, and also we need to strengthen the spleen as well, look after our digestive system to constantly supply the source of the nutrient of the food to to support the lungs function, therefore to enhance our immune system. This prescription generally a little bit cool, a little bit cool side, so therefore it's suitable for people who usually have a mild constitution and feel generally a little bit warm. How can we say you? Sometimes people said, I don't know if I'm hot or cold, but tongue is right tongue, not much coating on the tongue, and generally might feel thirsty or stressed. Pulse can be rapid, pulse can feel fast. Hot type, so we use cooling prescription. Second prescription are formed for prevent COVID-19 is mainly also 防风 for wind, it's by the wind, and 白灼, and here to strengthen the spleen qi, use 长艾子 and 杏仁 to open the lung qi, etc. Why the 防风 always the first ingredients you want to use. 防 is like protect, 风 is wind, so they just I just imagine from these herbs as a pungent and warm in its nature. So when you eat it, and then this pungent can get rid of this external wind and cold, just like a brush to dust away the external virus to protect our body. Together with like a 白灼 to strengthen our spleen qi, our energy, to make inside stronger. And then as externally we got the 防风 to get rid of virus. Inside we need the herbs to strengthen our body's energy and the immune system to work together, work very well. So this prescription is gentle, is pungent, and slightly warm, and to expel the wind, damp and cold. So this is more suitable for people who usually have cold body constitution and feel tired and heavy, or achy muscle, or feel heavy like foggy on the head feeling. And look at the tongue. Tongue is pale, not as is less red than usual. It's pale tongue with teeth mark. It means at edge of tongue there's a teeth print. It's showing your body energy. Spleen qi is weak, and tongue coat can be thick, white and thick coat. So another afterwards I might add neutral one. This if you're not hot or cold, I have further prescriptions, but it's yes, it's if you more details, afterwards we can do more discuss on it. So now we move on to prevention for COVID-19 for external use, because a lot of people might not used to taking the herbs internally, said I don't want to take medicine. How can we prevent it? Also, I create a prescription like this, 防风 境界 and 白芷 互相配蓝, this sort of and 艾叶 like Mox Law. So this prescription mainly they are hot and pungent, try the dumplings, get rid of the wind. Also there's 苍耳子 and 辛夷花 to open the nostril, see if the nose blockage or virus can invade through the nose. These herbs can like fight with that. And 黄芪 to strengthen the energy as well, and the 白术 板蓝根 is very now well known as to antivirus herb to can treat all sorts of virus infection, including flu and hepatitis virus. So how can we use it today? There's a lot of different ways to use this prescription. First of all, you can use like original each herbs in the dried herbs. We mix together as a pack, and then we put it in a plate or open container, put in your living room or bedrooms, and then this aromatic and pungent smell will dry the air and help the air to clean the virus away. So at the very beginning of this pandemic, and or myself and the people around me or families or friends, they all have a pack of this to open and put it. Just like it display the dried flower at home to smell it and to help to protect our body. And also we can make this in the small, grind it in the small pieces, and we can put in the fragrant bag. And this is like these bags, like at the beginning, and we short of material, we have to make up ourselves. And I remember my daughters also make it overnight, hundreds make. We give it as gift free to the elderly people in the community. And then people can put on the desk, can keep smile, or put in the car or in the pocket or bedside, keep smile, pungent, and to get rid of virus. Yeah, and later I think this bag we got lots from China, like this is even nicer, in the nicer packet, so we can use it more happily to as an external use to protect our body. If we queue in the shop, and so we can get out to smell, to get rid of the air. So now, just like today, we've been talking a lot on the group, and lots of students now ready to fly from China to UK. And I suggest this method. Lots of parents are preparing, and this fragrant bag for their kid, for their children to take on the way to come here to protect their body. Yeah. So this is my method. I just I keep thinking and to create it. I think it's quite useful though. And another method is to use mox position. Mox position, yeah, just like mox rose. So mox is pungent and quite hot and aromatic. As fragrant as property of this mox rose is upwards. Go upwards and warm and outwards, so therefore can help our body to fight the externally wind cold dampness, and it means to expel, to protect the COVID-19 virus to invade our body. So this is method for keep the health and well-being, has the long history from the Zhuangzi time. Says Confucius mox position without disease. Everyone now Confucius, yeah, is a very famous Chinese philosopher, and I think here most of us are maybe Chinese language teachers or interested in the Chinese culture. So Confucius always uses mox law to, when he has time without any disease, he bound the mox position law to protect the disease. Also, I think they also can help his creative mind, because if there's a dampness affect our body, the people feel very heavy, foggy head, and they can lose the concentration and memory. But if you're living in the very sunshine and the warm and dry environment, your brain is more clear. You can think better. So you have lots more creations. So we can use this mox to put in the best ways on the certain points, to mox it, to stimulate energy. But during that time, during that time, and I think back, and it's too busy to do that. So me and my patients and my friends all have this moxes. We just like big secrets, yeah. So not secrets. So they to burn it. We put in the dining room, put in the living room, put bedroom, morning and night. Especially in the wind, cold, damp, rainy weather, we need that to can help to cure the damp virus in the air. To cure or can. This is also in Chinese literature says it's mox position can cure all disease, can cure lots of disease, and also modern research showing that this mox position has the anti-cough, antivirus, antibacterial functions. So if you have asthma and cough and low immune system, we always can smell that. So mox position, yeah, it's a very, very good way. But in China, there's a hospital. They during the pandemic, so they found the mox every day, and so the result is that the whole hospital there's no one of them infected. Okay, so now we move on the food therapy. So some people, there's people can choose a different way to prevent, and up to now I introduced for internally taken, but have to according to different body constitution or external use. But some people say my things I can't be bothered. So if you can't be bothered, you need to watch what you eat. And during the lockdown time, so dietary, the food therapy, I think is most useful because everyone at home and they have the time to cook and to look after themselves. But you need to have to cook, eat the right food. So in Chinese, we all know that you are what you are eating. So many medicines are food. Many foods are medicine. We call it's 药食同源. It means medicine and the food come from same source. But the medicine here, we mean it's not the drugs or nothing about the chemical drugs. It's mainly about the Chinese herbs. There's many all herbs like including herbal plants, leaves, flowers, seeds, and roots, and barks, a different part of plants from different kind of the herbs. They have different properties and flavors, and therefore they have different functions. So about our body, the balance is constantly need to keep the yin-yang balance. So therefore the food, we have the yin food or yang food. Yin food more build up our muscles, materials. Yang food is more the energy and the qi, give you energy to strengthen your immune system. So how can we choose different herbal material to introduce to our food? The reason we already have lots of, even in the Western, we already have lots of herbal recipes, yeah, use it as seasonings. And the reason a lot of herbs are not being used is mainly because of the taste. If anything is very bitter, so people wouldn't eat it as a food. So only when they are very ill, they need it. So then they drink the bitter herbs. Okay, so how can we choose? How can we know which herb to which person? What should I eat? So here I'm just briefly to introduce a little bit. So all food ingredients, materials, and herbs, they all have different taste and flavors and color and properties. So there's, generally speaking, they have different. We have in Chinese we call each material of herbs or food have 四气五味, which means 4 properties and 5 flavors. So 4 properties is hot, cold, warm, cool, and in between there's neutral. And also all properties have to go with the flavors. The flavors, they have spicy, pungent, sweet, sour, bitter, and salt. So what is what? So now we can there's a certain law to follow. So the certain flavor will specifically working on a certain organ and help certain internal organ better. For example, spicy, it normally go to the lung according to the 5 elements. Lung is the white color. Lung is belong to the matter according to the 5 elements, white. So they are therefore pears and white radish exactly are good for lung, and the lily bulbs, anything white, good for tonify the lung. But spring is sweet. The sweet is strength the spring's qi. So anything springs earth. So anything yellow is support the spring, such as orange and the red dates. Liver is sour. The sour taste work on the liver better, and the blue color works better for liver. Like blue blueberry is actually good for liver's function. For the heart, is according to 5 elements, heart is fire, is red, and its bitterness good for the help the heart's function. So therefore, the red chili or rose, they are good for the heart. The kidney is salty, black color. It's work on the kidney. So therefore, like black sesame seeds and the black beans, anything black, it helps the kidney. So we know all this briefly about theory, how to choose. But again, how can we know which recipes for which body constitution is better than? Here, I create a menu for the food therapy. And so first of all, for the phlegm dumplings type with qi deficiency, for this type of people, they are normally a little bit overweight or more phlegm, more dumplings, more heavy, more tight or more cold, qi deficiency. So their food, their diet should be nourishing and warm and can expel the dumplings. So we can use huangqi, yiren, jitang soup to boil it and cook it, and then gives after that you have lots of energy. This recipe food is tonified qi to rise in the energy, and so consolidate the surface, have this anti spread and benefit from water to reduce the water retention, to help the edema and dampness. To this one overall, if this group of people, they take this food therapy, they should feel more energy and warm. But if you feel too hot, for example, you have this mouth ulcers, they sort of have hot and thirsty or constipation, so you should not take in this recipe because this is quite warm. And the damp, it's if you are more damp, you can use 党参五味子 红枣. This is all Chinese, like Chinese red date, and wheat is good for the lung function, and dancing is for qi tonic. So this is can mix for sweet sour ribs, sweet sour ribs dish. This is also for qi tonic. This is how to make it. Yeah, use the ginger and spring onion together to cook it. So overall, this recipe is also warm. And also, if you're damp or if you're sick and vomit, you can drink the ginger and jujube tea, like red diet, to warm the stomach. And we use this Yiren tea can remove the fat and grease and cholesterol in the blood. So if you are damp but you're not cold, you are hot, we call it damp and heat. And stagnation, damp heat, and qi stagnation. So it means you're hot, you feel thirsty, bitter taste in the mouth, and the red tongue, thick yellow coat on the tongue. So in that case, we are not only have to remove the dampness, we need to clean away the heat. So we can use a dandelion egg soup, like dandelion in the park or roadside. We can see lots of fresh dandelion in the spring and the summer. But in the autumn, we can have dried one as dried Chinese herb medicine. So you can use that to eat dandelion, can clean away the heat. Good for people who are normally hot or have eczema or have acne on the face. And we can use have this bean cube and bamboo leaves as a cook hot pot to eat. So this is both tofu, bean cube, and bamboo. They are cool. They are quite cool. It's good. Yeah, and also we can eat the chrysanthemum tea or loose tea. If anyone have red eyes or itching, sore eyes, or hypertension, and so we can drink the chrysanthemum tea to cool them down. So apart from this sort of diet for different type of the body, so we have to also to build up our internally strength of the emotional strength, because end of the day, if we want to keep the good health, we need constantly to contain our mind, emotion, and physically all in good balance. So we're not, apart from eat well, we also need to strengthen our mental strength and to balance our emotional factor. Keep health and fight with illness. Yeah. So how can we achieve that today? So we still have to look each organs. For example, so we want to make our heart feel happy, so we need to keep optimistic, always happy, don't feel miserable, depressed. Then external virus will invite you. We always feel more happy, and so have a fear of the love and joy, and let the. So how can you be that? So your heart need full fear of the sunshine to give the help to other people, communicate, exchange the friendship and knowledges and experiences to share. So to make the heart happy, always heart. You can't just always gain and gain and then block the heart, and the heart might not feel as happy. So when the heart is happy, and then can support the lung. And also we need talk to family and friends and colleagues. We can through these social medias during the lockdown at home. So to do whatever you're interested in, so do it, yeah. And also, how can we protect the lung or strengthen the lung function? So we need to have fresh air, and so you can do fresh. You need to go out of the house in the front or backyard, or go to park to have deep breathing and fresh air to clean the lung, the air, and strengthen the lung function. And also we need get plenty of sunshine. The sunshine and warmth is good to fight the wind cold damp COVID virus. So even like indoors, we can still try to be in which room is more sunshine. We try to stay more. For example, in the morning, maybe there's more sunshine in your living room, so you should stay a little bit more time there rather than stay in the kitchen or anywhere which is a lack of the sun. Sun and fresh air is very good for our immune system. And also we do exercises, do qigong exercises, or do whatever you like, singing or dancing or exercises, so to strengthen your muscles and the bones, to keep the energy flow rather than sit and sleep most of the time. That will cause a lot of stiffness, aches and pain, and block the blood circulation, to cause the qi stagnation and the blood stasis, and cause more illness. Tai Chi, Qigong, Yoga. And also we need obviously we need to eat well. We need to eat well according to our body needs, and choose different food recipe. And also we need to go to bed early. Don't go to bed too late. If after midnight, 12 or 1 o'clock you sleep, so that is make your kidney and the liver weak. So because at that time kidney and the liver need rest, so if we stay too late, so they affect the function of the kidney. So you may have backache, have black eyes, eye bags also. So overall, so we need prevention apart from the taking herb medicine for internally or externally use, or use moxilloes to burn to clean the air, and follow the right diet. And also we need have the good lifestyle to look after our body, each organ, look after the heart, look after our lung and spleen and the liver and the kidney. So make the body in the organic, in the whole, and like a small universe in our inside of body. It means make the yin and yang in the good balance. And when we reach that, then we be able to improve more, to connect our body to the heaven, this outwards in the world, to exchange the fresh airs, to get more energy and to make the body stronger and stronger. So this is the first part of the talk today. That is, I just want to share what I like to suggest people to do to look after your health, and to strengthen your internally energy to fight the externally this COVID virus. So this is the first part. So do you have any questions at this part? I'm going to move to the second part, or we can discuss it after or all together. Yeah. So I'll share second part in a minute. Yeah. So let's move on to the second part of the talk today. So treating COVID-19 syndrome with Chinese medicine. This is